this is Jenna with Brown Dog Craft Company, and today I'm making a fun shaped card using the Meant to Be bundle from Stampin' Up. So here is the Meant to Be stamp set. It's a photopolymer stamp set, and we're going to combine it with the previously released Be My Valentine stamp set, which came out last year. And the Be My Valentine stamp set is the one that technically coordinates with the punch. We aren't using the punch today because the bundle comes with dies this spring. So it is an online exclusive, and it's actually in the scrapbooking section. So here I have a piece of Petunia Pop that measures 8.5 by 4.25. I had to think about that. And it's scored in the center. And here I'm going to take the largest hexagon die, and I'm going to tape this on my card base with the card base folded in half, okay? And I'm going to hang the edge of the top of the die off the folded edge of the cardstock. So the die is not cutting on the folded edge of the cardstock. So this cuts a little border, but what this does is it leaves the fold of your card intact. So you have a shaped card. So here, as you can see, we have this really cute hexagon card base now. Okay, so we're also going to take that largest die, and this is some of the new, is it called Be My Valentine DSP? I can't think of what it's called. I have it here. But it's the new color. Let's see, it's called Cute as Can Be, and it's the new version. Last year's had Sweet Sorbet, and this year's has Petunia Pop. So those are the dies I used, and I cut out some another hexagon there for the border. That's from Bubble Bath. That's going to go in the front. And then I cut out 2 more hexagons for the inside. So both the border and the inside in Bubble Bath are used. And then I cut out the smallest hexagon in white, and we're using the inner piece for that. So that'll be for the inside of the card. So here I have Be Mine, which is from Be My Valentine, and I stamped that using tone on tone. So I'm using Petunia Pop onto Petunia Pop cardstock, and I die cut that with, are those the Stylish Shapes dies? I can't ever remember. They're either Nested Essentials or Stylish Shapes. I think those are Stylish Shapes. And here I have a piece of Bubble Bath from that larger die. Now I want this piece of Bubble Bath, this die cut, to be smaller. So what I'm going to do is line up the end of the die where I want it to be, and the die cut, the cardstock will sort of nestle into that die where it was previously cut. I'll tape that in place, and when I run that through my die cut machine, it will cut just that one end out. So I have a shorter banner, a customized banner in the Bubble Bath to perfectly match my Be Mine sentiment. So here it is. You'll see when we take the tape off, we have a shortened banner die. So you can do that with any shaped die or any shaped like sentiment strip. I'm seeing a lot of people do that with the Arches dies that were released with last month's online exclusives. So here I have my Misty, and I have some basic white cardstock, and we're going to stamp the bees. So we'll stamp 2 bees. Those will be in Daffodil Delight. We'll stamp their stripes in Memento Black. They're each going to get some faces with Memento Black and some antenna with Memento. And then the wings will be in Pool Party. So one of these bees will be upright, so that'll be the larger bee. So I'm going to stamp the face upright, and I'm going to stamp 2 large wings. But the smaller bee, I want to be, like you've seen, the side profile. So I'm just going to stamp 1 set of the smaller wings and stamp the face in the different directions so that it all makes sense. And once we put the bees together, that will all make sense to you. But there's so many options with these cute little bees. Now, I think if you used the punch to punch out the larger bee, you would probably get away with that. I think this bee is slightly bigger than the bee that was in the set from Be My Valentine. So I think that would work. You probably wouldn't have a white border like you do with the die, but I love that it has dies. And there are so many dies. You'll see on some of the alternative cards that I'll show at the end, I use some of the other die cut pieces that I didn't use in the making of this specific card. But there's so many options, and this set is good for both card making and scrapbooking. And you don't need to just do Valentine's cards with these. You could add some other sentiments, some springtime sentiments or summer sentiments, and have some fun cards that are birthday cards or non-Valentine's Day related. Okay, so now the other images, I don't think I need the Misty to stamp with. They stamp pretty easily just with a clear block. So we'll get this cardstock out of the Misty and get that out of the way. And here we'll add the faces. So I chose 2 different faces and 2 antennae here. The antennae are the same for each bee. And then there's a slightly smaller face, so that's the face that I chose for the smaller bee. But I think you could use any face. I think there's 3 faces in this set and 4 faces in the other set. So lots of options. You could have a whole hive of bees with different faces. So here you can see I'm stamping the faces in that different direction based on how I want the bee to be on the card. The bee to be. And then the wings here will stamp in Pool Party. I think also if you stamped the wings on vellum with embossing ink and heat emboss them with white embossing powder or gold embossing powder, I think that would look really pretty. Lots of options. And then if you wanted to use the bees from Be My Valentine, you can use the punch to cut out those wings. It's the heart shape that's on the punch. It'll cut out the wings in a heart shape. Okay, also in Meant to Be, there's a cute little flower. So I will stamp the flower in Bubble Bath and the flower center in Petunia Pop. And there's a die for all of this. It's amazing. No fussy cutting on this card. No fussy cutting required. I know some people really like to fussy cut and they find it very therapeutic. I do not. It's not one of my favorite things to do. So with the magic of TV, everything is die cut for you. I've got my silicone mat pulled out here and we can assemble our bees. So I'll add a little bit of liquid glue to the antennas and to the wings and we'll put the bees together. And they're so cute. I can't get over how cute they are. So, like I was saying, there's lots of ways that you could put these bees together. So this is just one example. But have fun playing with all sorts of different ways. So this particular set, this bundle, it doesn't have a suite per se. It does have coordinating DSP, which is really pretty. It's really cute and very springy, and it's definitely making me want spring to come sooner than it's going to come here in Wisconsin. But so there aren't any embellishments or ribbon. So I'm going to pull in the Petunia Pop in color ribbon and the Petunia Pop, the in color shimmer gems, I think is what they are. And I'll use the Petunia Pop. There are also resin dots that you could use, and I think we have some embellishments that are Bubble Bath right now, but I can't remember what they're in. They might be in the Birthday Bash suite. That's not the name of it. I can't think of what it is. I don't have the catalog in front of me, but there's lots of options, I guess is my point. You could also do some white ribbon or some sheer ribbon, or you know what, even the black and vanilla check ribbon would be really cute. Or the daffodil ribbon from the Floral Delight suite. Lots of options. I'm just looking at all the ribbon on my wall here and trying to decide. There's even some twine that I think would be pretty. So here we are, we have our bees. They're so cute. I have a white jelly roll pen. This is my favorite way to add accents to anything that I've stamped or colored. I like the the 10, that's like the thickness of the ballpoint pen there. And I'm going to add some highlights on the bees. And I'm going to add Wink of Stella, so some glitter to the flower. And all of our elements are finished for the card. We just have to glue everything down and add everything to the card. Okay, so here's for the, oh, we still have to stamp the inside. So you can see those two pieces came from the same die. And we'll mat the white onto the bubble bath for the inside, and then that will go on the inside of the card, which is Petunia Pop. So all the colors are represented from the DSP in this card. So I'm going to take from Be My Valentine, there's that cute beehive stamp. I'll use Daffodil Delight and stamp that a few times on the inside, and I will use, there's a bee trail in Meant to Be and in Be My Valentine, but I'm going to use the bee trail from Meant to Be. I like that it has two loop-de-loops in it. Like the bee was maybe having fun singing a song while he was buzzing by. So that'll be in Pool Party. That'll go pretty much right through the center. Then from Be My Valentine, there is a trio of small hearts. I'll stamp those in Petunia Pop. And then there's a small sentiment, Love You. I'll stamp that in Bubble Bath. The Meant to Be has really cute sentiments, but they're pretty large. So I think if you had a normal shaped card, or if you're scrapbooking, you could use the sentiments for Meant to Be, and they would, you know, pack more of a punch. The sentiment would be a large focal point on the card. But for this smaller card, I think it will fit. The sentiments from Be My Valentine will fit better. So there's the Love You, it's cursive. I love using different fonts. So the front has more of a regular font, and the inside has this cursive font. So I think this card would also be really easy to mass produce. You could do all of your die cutting first and change up the DSP to get different looks. You could do all of your card bases and die cut all of your card bases. And then you could stamp all of your elements and then die cut all of those, and then die cut your insides and stamp those, and then just assembly line, put them all together. So I think they would be really cute if you were making Valentines with kids for school. You could just make them even, you wouldn't even need to make it a card. You could just make it like more of like a tag and write to and from on the back, or stamp to and from on the back. So that would be really cute. Too bad Valentine's Day is only 3 days away, and I don't have time to do that for all of my children. They would like that, but. So here we'll put that on the inside of your card. Just pay attention that you are keeping the fold of your card at either the top or the left if you want it to open from the left. If you do have it open from the left, it won't stand up properly because it stands on like the point. So I would recommend having it open from the top. I love this heart pattern too on the DSP. I think that's my second favorite pattern. But I love these little bees. I tend to be drawn to patterns on DSP that are smaller. So anything that has small, delicate patterns are usually the ones that I will pick. So unless I have a big card, then I guess maybe as a, if I'm using the DSP as the focal point, then maybe I'll use a larger pattern DSP. But I love these little prints. Okay, so there's the outer border in Bubble Bath, and I'm adding a little bit of liquid glue to that, and that's just going to go on the front of the card. Just adds a little something to the front there. And once we get this down, we can add our bees, and we have both that large bee that's facing forward and then the smaller bee that's like buzzing by. Like, I'm imagining that he's the little bee who just came from the inside of the card, and that's why he's got a bee trail on the inside of the card. So I'm adding these. I put some dimensionals on the back, of course. And I'll add these to the card, and then we need to add the sentiment and the flower. Put him down in the corner. And then here's our sentiment, which you could use foam strips. I do have them, but I like to use the outsides of my dimensionals. The like the part that you think you should throw away, that's the part that I like to use a lot of times when I have a sentiment like this that I'm popping up on a card. So here I'm gonna move this around and try to figure out where the best place is. I don't know, maybe underneath him, on top of him. I don't know. You're seeing real-time planning here, or real-time thought process here. All right, that looks cute there. And then we'll add a dimensional on the little flower. It's so cute. And where should we put the flower? It's going to end up on top of the sentiment in the right corner. Oh, it would be cute there too, though. I don't think you can go wrong. Okay, we'll put that here, and we need embellishments and our ribbon. So here's the embellishments. I'm going to use those Petunia Pop ones, and we'll add 5 of those. I like to add odd numbers of embellishments, so I'll add 2 in a group, and then 2 more in a group, and then 1 small one. But you can add as many as you'd like. And now that I'm looking at this after the fact, I could have even added one as the flower center. That would have been cute. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, so we'll get those on there. And then I'll pull out my Petunia Pop ribbon, and I will put it through the inside of the card and bring it around to the front at the top. And I will fiddle with making a bow towards the left-hand side there. Now, I normally tie bows on a bow maker, not freehand like this, so it's not really my favorite thing to do, but I felt like this card really needed a bow up there. So I'm gonna pull this tight and then use a reverse tweezer to help hold the knot there while I fiddle with the bow. It takes me probably like 5 minutes to tie the bow in real life, so I cut that out so you don't have to watch me. But it did take about 5 minutes to get the bow right, and I even untied it and retied it once. So then we will trim the tails with our ribbon scissors. If you have a pair of scissors that you dedicate to only cutting ribbon to, they stay really sharp and you won't have any problems cutting your ribbon. If you cut paper with your ribbon scissors will get dull. All right, so there's the finished card. Isn't that so easy? It's so cute. I can't get over how cute it is, and it fits in a normal envelope. It stands up. It would look really cute on someone's desk, and I don't know who wouldn't love to get this card. You could even change it out and not make it a Valentine card and say happy birthday or happy spring. Now here's those samples, those other ideas I was telling you about, where I use the larger die cuts and put the bees in a little bit different position, and I tried all sorts of different DSPs. So there's so many options with these. I think it would be really cute to make a shadow box with the hexagons organized like that or in another pattern, but really cute. I love this set, and there are lots of ideas. So thanks for watching. I hope you're inspired, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks. Bye now.